Well, Coach, any Florida resident will tell you that afternoon pop-up showers and storms are the norm, and that's exactly what we have right now. Actually expecting a pretty steady rain throughout today here in Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Check right. Watching it by. Let's go, Heavy. Everyone, what you got?
They'll run on first down. It's Gibson. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check 52.
And to give this time to the tailback. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
55, Mike, 55. Let's go.
On third down, Wilson. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This will be taken at the 10. Gets past one man.
Behind the roof. Right there. 54 Mike. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone. Let's go. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
They force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Watch tight end. Hey.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. They set up the screen to Chubb. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Chubb on the counter. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And an alley to run. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. They'll step aside. first down. They'll run with Chubb. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Second down and inches. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
It's now 3rd down and 3.
Right there.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
That's good for another Jacksonville 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, weapons. You got to get this stop here, D.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They go with Chubb on second down. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Let's go. Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Going back to Moore. This time he's got him complete. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
14. Check 26, check 26. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Check 9, check 9.
On first down, Wilkinson. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Calais Campbell on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Here's Wilson. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 41-yard line. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
And the Seahawks first down.
Move 15. 55. Yeah. You don't want that. Check 4. Slam.
They'll run on first down. Wilkinson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Mark 55. Get in the way, man.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll get this one up to the 26. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. That one good for 26 and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So now they operate back from their side of the field here. 2nd and long. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Throwing is Wilson. His throw caught at about the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They come out here in the eye.
Check it out, read. Under 10, under 10.
Wilson. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go. Mike, 55, check, 55, Mike. Hey, pick it up, defense, let's go. Go. Mike 55, Mike 55. Let's put him on the buses.
Wilson. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Okay, bang up, so don't say nothing. Hey, check, go. Watch it, you don't know no better. Watch the pass.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get in field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. They'll drop the throw. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Come on now. Check 24, check.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now on 2nd and 13, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Check 55, Mike. Check tight, check tight.
Wilson now throwing again. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Taken in at the 22. great return there of 22 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tend to play the field position game.
You are to an extent.
And that's caught inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
The touchdown.
Oh, this is blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. This one fielded at the 5. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Now Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Nick Chubb with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it is 28-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche it's coming right on top of it. He will not go down.
Have to retake those ankles.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. On the NFL scoreboard elsewhere, 3rd quarter down in Arizona. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 1. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So that'll get him to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They run it again with Chubb. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Tyler Eifert, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to pour it on.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
Going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time. On play action, they'll throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Here we go again. Check 3.
Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
We got double up. Mike's 54. Mike's 6. Pull it. Get him.
2nd and 2. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Got his man, it's Eifert. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. The kick by Lambeau is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Alert, 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 alert.
55.
Throwing again. Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of...
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
at the 40-yard line.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Jags, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else in their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.